Welcome to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown. Your online business success starts now.
Welcome into the brand new show. I'm Michael Brown, and you're in the newest episode of the Online Success Podcast. And it's actually episode 19. And today we are going to get into something that's really cool. I'm going to talk to you today about the mindset for change, because the mindset for change is actually extremely important. So it's the mindset for change that leads to success. So here are some things that you really need. You've got to have for change. And the first thing is you have to have this mindset that I'm going to talk about in order to achieve change. And I'm going to give you 5 steps today, in my experience, that lead to this change for success. And the reason I mention that it's in my experience is because I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or anything like that. So I haven't studied this. So, hey, there might be some doctors or someone out there who are more brilliant than I am, who can give you some great ideas for mindset for success. But today, I'm going to talk to you from my own experience and from my own analyzing of myself. So as I've analyzed myself, this is what I've been able to come up with that I use time and time again to help me break through and do what I want to do on a daily basis. So the first thing you need to have is a reason for change. You have to determine early on why you want to change. Why do you want to achieve this success? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? So the first thing you need to do is come up with a reason why you want to make the change. And this could be anything. It could be personal. It could be that you want to quit your job, change your lifestyle. It could be that you want to get in shape. I know the main thing I focus on is success in business, affiliate marketing, and making money online. But maybe you have other things that you can apply this to. So maybe you just want to change your lifestyle, quit your job, or you have some other personal goal. Whatever the reason is, what I always suggest doing, and I find this to be helpful for me, is I take whatever I want to change and I write it down. And I put it in my desk. And or you could put it on your wall, but I put it in my desk and I look at that quite often, sometimes daily, and I always picture the reason why I want to change. So I come up with a reason for change, and that is step 1. Step 2 is you have to have that desire to change. So once you determine that you do want to change and why you want to change, do you really have that desire to change? Do you really want to change? Because sometimes as humans, what happens to us is we get content with our life, even though maybe deep inside we're not really content. We just kind of suck it up and accept it. And I did this for years when I worked as a drugstore manager. I would tell myself things like, yeah, this job really isn't all that bad. It's all right. It's better than, and I could come up with some other kind of job that it was better than, that I thought it was better than. But what really inside you're talking yourself out of that, and you kind of kill that desire to have that change. So step 2 is having that desire to change. You have to want what you want to go out and achieve, okay? You have to want that. So do you really want that? And do you have that desire involved in that process to make that change? So if you do, you're going to be on a course for success. If you don't have that desire and you're just content where you are in your life and you don't care if you fail or succeed or whatever, and it doesn't matter what the end result or what the end goal is, if you don't have that desire, then you're not going to care if you start falling behind or if you start failing. And it's okay to fail, so don't get me wrong. It's okay to fail, but you get back up when you fail and you keep going after it. So you have to have that desire. So that's number 2. So can and do you have that desire to make that change? Okay, to make that change for success, or again, anything that you want to accomplish. The next thing you need is, once you know what the thing is that you want to change, or you know why you want to change, and then you have that desire, do you have the knowledge that you need to change? And if not, can you get it? Now, let me explain this for a second. This could be any type of knowledge that you need to obtain, okay? So it could be from, learning from books or videos or a course of some type. But any type of change you want to make, there has to be an element of knowledge involved in that. So let's say you want to get in shape or you want to lose weight. You might learn about a diet or a workout that you want to to do to get those results. For instance, you might want to do like P90X to get in better shape or lose weight, or you might want to start some kind of weight loss diet to get in the shape you want to be in. So it all starts with once you have that desire, you have to obtain that knowledge. Okay, so obtain the knowledge that you need to get to where you want to go. And when again, I teach affiliate marketing and I teach how to make money online. So maybe you want niche 60 to learn how to do affiliate marketing or build a website and make money through that means. Now, this could be applied to thousands and thousands of situations. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. If you wanted to be a doctor, right? You'd have to go get that knowledge to become a doctor. You'd have to go work at it, and you'd have to get that knowledge to become what you want. So that is critical. So can you get that knowledge? Are you going to get that knowledge? And if you don't want to go get the knowledge you need to get to where you want to go, well, you're most likely not going to get to where you want to go. So you have to have the knowledge to get there. I shouldn't say most likely. You won't obtain what you want if you cannot get the knowledge to get you to that point. So get the knowledge that you need on top of that, and then you can go further. So let's go on to the next step. The next step in all of this is, can you commit to that knowledge? Okay, do you have the willpower to act on that knowledge? And this is critical because I've seen people, and hey, I've done this myself several times throughout my life. I'll have all the knowledge in place, but I won't commit to it. I won't have the willpower to stay with it and to stay active with it. And the reason that is important is because change is never easy. It's never easy. No matter what anyone tries to tell you, whether you're trying to do something brand new that you've never done before, or you're totally trying to change how you live your life, or you're trying to change your body and maintain your health and things like that, change is never easy because you have to have willpower to do it. And as you go along, you're going to have times where you get frustrated, you want to give up, you want to quit, you want to stop going after what you know you want to go after and what you know you can go after and achieve. But if you don't have that willpower and you're not willing to commit to it, there's a good chance you're going to not succeed, and you're going to have to start all over, start from scratch and start trying again. So can you commit to the change that you want to make and act on that knowledge that you now have? So if you can, it's going to lead you to the best way to success. If you can commit to it and you can have that willpower, those are going to be critical things to get you there. So all the other things are critical, but this is critical as well, because if you cannot commit to what you want to do, you will not get to where you want to be. But I know that if you're listening out there, you're obviously encouraged by what I'm telling you about mindset today. So if you just take a moment every single day and think about the task and just muster up that willpower inside, you're going to be better off. So every single day, think about what you want to achieve and then just go out and act on it. Okay. Again, you got to have the knowledge, but act on that knowledge and keep focusing on the goal. Okay. Keep focusing on that goal and you can get there. So commit to it and have that willpower. Now, this is something that, probably doesn't get talked about a whole lot, especially when it comes to making money online and affiliate marketing and things like that. But I'll tell you, having a good self-esteem and a good outlook on life absolutely helps. absolutely helps in every situation. So, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't just apply to making money online or to doing affiliate marketing and things like that. This is pretty true for life as a whole. Okay. You need to have a good self-esteem. You need to look at yourself in a good light, and you need to look at your surroundings in a good light. Have that good outlook, because what that will help you do is along the way, when you do get frustrated, this is going to lead to less frustration because you're going to feel better about yourself. It takes some of that friction off of what you're trying to do. So again, going back to some of my earlier examples, if you're trying to lose weight and you look in the mirror, maybe you feel bad. Obviously you're trying to make a change, but have a better self-esteem about yourself. Hey, you're making that change. You're actually taking the effort. You're making the effort to achieve that change. And it's going to lead you to less frustration. And that can be applied again to the financial issue. Maybe you're not at the financial level you want to be. And that's another reason why you're probably listening to me right now. But if you're frustrated with that, that's fine, that's good, but have a good outlook at your life, okay? It's not, your life is still great no matter what. And you've got to be able to have that outlook and to really look inside yourself and have that self-esteem. And this is coming from someone, I had years where I suffered with self-esteem issues. And the worse I always felt about myself and the worse I made myself feel about myself, the dumber the decisions I made. I made really stupid choices. I made bad decisions that got me into bad situations, which caused more frustration and more friction. So have a good outlook on life. Get that self-esteem about yourself because you are absolutely worthwhile. You're worthy of whatever you want to go accomplish. You just have to look deep inside yourself and know that. So every single day, again, focus on your goal, but do it with a good outlook. Okay, have a good outlook on what you're doing because it might be frustrating in the beginning. You might look at your goal and say, man, that's a long way to get there. But I'll tell you what, when you have a good self-esteem and a good outlook, even though you're not there yet, you can envision where you're going to go and you can go after it. Again, going back to the willpower, have that willpower to do it and then have that self-esteem to know that you're good enough to go do that and then go do it, okay? So have that self-esteem, and I know everyone can look deep inside themselves. You can do this right now. Look inside yourself and have that self-esteem that you're going to be able to do what you want to do, and have that self-esteem about you to know that you're a good person, that you can do this. And what you're going to do at the end of the day, this will always allow you to focus on your goal. It will give you more time to focus on your goal, and you're going to feel good about yourself. And I always think back, and I've mentioned this several times because I've done a lot of speaking on where I used to be and what I used to do. And, there were times where I was frustrated as a drugstore manager and I wanted to move on from it. And when I was starting affiliate marketing and learning how to do affiliate marketing, if I would have gotten so frustrated and not had that good outlook and not believed in myself and had that self-esteem inside to know that I was going to be able to go on and do this, well, number one, I wouldn't be here speaking to you right now. And number two, I would probably still be working in the same place or something similar that I absolutely hated. So that self-esteem and that good outlook was able to get me from point A to point B where I needed to go. Okay, and you absolutely can do this. Now, one other thing that I think is good, and this isn't, I want to say this isn't critical, but it's one of those things that I think is huge, and it's a huge motivator, is to have support, especially if you're doing something new and you're trying to change what you're doing in your life, and what you're doing with your life. It's important to have like-minded people around you to help lead you to success and vice versa. So What this does is it basically applies balance when you're down, because it's easy, again, to get frustrated. We just talked about that. You can get frustrated, and when you're frustrated, you can be very down on yourself, and you can be down on your situation. Well, this will apply balance to that. It's going to remind you, when you have support around you, they can remind you and encourage you to lift your spirits up, that you can do what you're doing and you can see them doing it as well. Everyone is in the same boat trying to learn and get better. And this could be, again, applied to any situation. So whether you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to make more money, you're trying to be a better person, maybe you're trying to be a better athlete, whatever it is, if you're surrounded by people who are doing the same thing you're doing or learning the same things you're learning, you can be encouraged by either their success or by their motivation of you. And the other thing that comes with that is, if you ever get stuck in some type of situation, and again, no matter what you're learning, someone is there to answer your questions. So it's always critical to have people around you that have a like-minded mindset, that have that similar goal as you, because it will really help you cross that line at the end. If you've ever done, and I go back to P90X because it's something that I've done, and with that, as you're going through the training, you get access to like a training area where you can go in and get encouragement and help if you get stuck or have questions. Maybe you're not hitting the goals you want to hit. And I always thought that was pretty cool, because that's a good way to motivate you as you're going through and as you're trying to get different results for yourself. And again, that could be applied to anything. So support is great to have. And one thing that, if you have a lot of negative people around you that are not supportive, I'm not saying get rid of them from your life, but you need to be able to ignore the doubters and ignore the people who are going to doubt you. Because if you let them keep doubting you and you let that sink in, then you're probably going to start doubting yourself. So ignore the people who doubt whatever you want to do and just go get that support that you need. So be somewhere where there's going to be a supportive group around you. And you're going to do a lot more. You're going to go a lot farther, and you're going to grow. So let's recap this real quick. Number one, you need a reason for change. You have to have the desire for change. Then you need to obtain the knowledge for change. Then you need to apply it and commit to it and have the willpower to stay with it. Grow with self-esteem. You need to be sure of yourself and keep focusing on your growth and know that you're worth what you're going after, that whatever decision you're making is worthwhile and that you're worthy of doing that and achieving that. And then, if possible, have some type of support around you, because that support will help bring you through the frustrating times where you're learning, you're growing, and it's going to help you cross that finish line. So those are the things that I think are critical. The first 5 are the ones that I really want you to focus on. Have a reason, have the desire, get the knowledge, have the willpower and commit to it, and self-esteem. And if you can get support, that's number 6, have it, okay? Get it around you. It's good. Not every situation can get you a support group around you, but support is great if you can get it. So that's number 6. But the first 5 are the main points I wanted to make. So I want to thank you now for being part of this, for listening to the new Online Success Podcast. And I really want you to go out and achieve the success you want to achieve. And with the new podcast that I've started doing here, I had a lot of people who asked me, I love listening to you, but can you make these podcasts a little shorter? Can you get us the information but not make me listen to an hour-long show? And I thought about that a lot, because sometimes I can talk for hours and hours. And it really made me think, in this day and age, it's probably important to just get to the point, get you guys the information that you want, and let you consume it without taking an hour to do that. So with the new Online Success Podcast, what I've decided to do is all these shows will now be under a half an hour. That way you can consume all the information and then ask me questions in the community afterwards. And you can go to unleashingyoursuccess.com and you can join that community. and you'll be able to ask me questions. And we do all of the community on Google+, but you could also find me on Facebook as well. Though I don't check Facebook as much, you can find me once you join Unleashing Your Success at unleashingyoursuccess.com. You can come into our Google Plus community and ask questions on any podcast or just discuss any topic you want. We're there. It's a great support group, and we all are like-minded. We all make money online, and we're all looking to grow and achieve that in a bigger way. So again, if you're looking to get involved deeper into making money online and achieving some different types of success, you can do that with us. So it's unleashingyoursuccess.com, and you can join up and you can start going through everything with us. I sincerely thank you for listening to this podcast. Again, have that mindset for change. You can do this. I will see you in the next episode.
You've been listening to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown. Here's to your success.